Hello, everybody. It's Chris from AppSumo. We have a special treat today. We have the team from Periodix coming on, and we've got two of them. This is the first, and it's incredible to have both of them here. So we have Artem and Olga. Thank you for joining live on YouTube, and for those that watch on replay, thank you so much for watching these, and we're loving this series, and thanks for your questions every week. So without further ado, please can you introduce yourself? We go to Artem first.
Sure, thanks. My name is Artem, and I'm a partner and a chief product officer at Periodix. And here with me is Olga. Olga is our marketing and sales director. So I want to start that I'm happy to be here, and I appreciate the opportunity to showcase our product today.
Amazing. So I think we've got somebody from Germany there. Please just let us know where you're tuning in from, and if you've got questions throughout this live stream as we do the demo, please just ask them, because that's why the team are here.
Sure.
That's the purpose. So, why did you originally create Periodix, and what is Periodix?
Sure. So the problem is simple. Only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 attempts to contact prospects on LinkedIn, and they're missing out 80% of potential opportunities. Additionally, 65% of salespeople don't follow up after the first contact. In this case, they lose up to 70% of their sales potential. They don't have time for routine. They focus only on interested prospects. But the routine here is where all the new opportunities happen. Routine is sending follow-ups to leads who stopped responding you. Routine is handling objections. And basically, this was my personal problem. I experienced it when I started my career in sales around 10 years ago. And this is the same problem we experienced it as a lead generation agency. So you're having, doing a cold outreach, you're having around 100 or even more of answers. And the other tools on the market that do outreach, they only provide this outreach, and they only add more noise to the answers that you receive on your cold outreach.
Yeah.
So we decided to solve this problem, and we started from LinkedIn. We wanted to automate the whole process of the outreach from sending the first connection request to scheduling a call. Because when you are having so many answers, it's just so easy for you to focus only on interested answers. Because you're doing that cold outreach, pitching your service, then someone answers, "I'm interested." You say you think great, and you start just working with those interested answers. And while you're working with those interested answers, you just skip all the objections, and you might skip all the leads that responded to you, and then come ghosting the leads that might need follow-up.
Yeah.
So how Periodix works is we start from sending a connection request on LinkedIn. Then Periodix sends the sequence messages. And when the lead answers, and here is where all regular outreach tools stop. When the lead answers, Periodix continues communication management. Periodix gives the category to the answer. And for example, if the lead is interested, this is great. Periodix will send a Calendly link to this lead and will suggest to book a call. And then Periodix checks if the lead has scheduled the call. If the call is scheduled, great, then Periodix will send call reminders to reduce your no-show rate. If the lead did not schedule a call using the Calendly link, Periodix will send follow-ups to remind the lead about the opportunity to schedule a call with you. All these things you can do 100% on autopilot mode, or you can use a copilot mode. For other answers category, like an objection, Periodix will handle the objection. It will use handling the objection. It always considers the chat history, your company information, your services information, So it handles the objection and suggests a call to a lead. Another answer category that we have is not interested. So when someone answers on your outreach, I'm not interested. For these cases, Periodix also works with these answers, because in sales, when you do the outreach targeting the right audience, there is no such thing as a not interested answer. Because when you target the right audience, there's always some kind of an objection behind that not interested. So Periodix just gently and politely asks for the reason of why the person is not interested, to uncover the objection, and then to be able to handle that objection and to suggest a call. And there's also another answer category on Periodix, that is when someone answers like, sorry, I'm not responsible for what you offer at our company. In this case, Periodix will ask who will be the right person to discuss your service at their company. And like going to our clients, usually it is sales professionals and sales departments and lead generation agencies. And our product is a result of more than a couple of years of our work as a lead generation agency. So we built a solution from outreach start to a call. And we used best practices we uncovered as a lead generation agency to give you a result. So Periodix just schedules a call, starting from the connection request to handling objections and scheduling a call automatically. Thank you.
Thank you so much for going over everything. It reminded me of an experience that I had a while ago with working with trialing working at a lead generation agency. I have limited sales experience, so it wasn't the right thing for me, but it was good to get like an overall sense of the process and your workflow. So you must have come across lots of problems along the way running your agency, and what works and what doesn't, and you've been able to package that up into a solution. When you said about the automatic replies, does this work like independently while you're working on other tasks?
That's basically why we built it. So having hundreds of answers, you just physically and working manually, you can focus only on one answers, and usually people focus only on those who are interested. And Periodix can handle automatically all that objections or not interested answers. And at the same time, like going even more, you're 100% correct. You can do all other tasks, and Periodix will schedule calls for you. So our vision is that sales manager can right now only go on calls to close the deals, to prepare proposals, and Periodix just schedules a call in the pipeline. While we provide the solution, this is like makes the process very smooth, because just like you need to start the sequence at the recipients, and you will start receiving interested leads in your calendar. You just need to jump on that calendar.
And
sorry,
okay.
No, don't.
Yeah, please go.
One thing that you can choose the option you should run. For example, you can run 100% autopilot, and in this case, it's real AI SDR when Periodix will done whole work instead of you. Or if you are like little bit like control freak, you can choose copilot mode, and in this case, you will approve all messages, but these messages will be prepared regarding to communication history, regarding to your settings, regarding to your like offer, and so on. So you can choose what option you prefer to run, or totally AI SDR on like autopilot, or such copilot mode that helps your SDR be more efficiency and more like gives you more results.
And then, so let's just say you have a big campaign and you've had all these messages with people. Will it save what those objections have been, and like understand the sequence of messages and go, okay, well, I can use that in the future for this campaign?
Well, it always considers the chat history of you with the lead, and it considers your company information and services. So and also the great part about this is that you can adjust prompts the way you want it. So you can change the tone of voice from something small like tone of voice to something like more more big, to change the whole logic of how do you approach not interested, for
Perfect.
example.
Oh, that's great.
And for each category, you can run a completely different flow. So if you prefer to be a little bit pushy, you can do this. If you prefer to be super light in communication, you can do this. So you can run a different flow for AI response and for AI follow-ups.
Cool, awesome. I think I got the general gist of it, and I think let's just get straight into the platform, and then if there's any questions, we get those questions answered. And yeah, I would definitely have more questions for you. But over to you, Olga, and I'll get the screen
Yeah, great.
share.
Looking forward to the questions.
And we've got Tara in the house. Yay, excited for this one.
We're also excited.
Yeah, we're super excited too.
Are you able to share your screen, Olga?
Yeah, I'm starting to share my screen.
We got people from South Africa and Germany watching, which is really cool. And Tara is in the US, Nashville. Yeah, so that's great. And we do have a question about price plans. We covered them maybe halfway through. Well, yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead with short demo. Yep.
Perfect.
Super. So what you can see right now, it's inbox from Periodix. If you link and run campaign, your outreach campaign from one LinkedIn profile, or if you add to Periodix several LinkedIn profiles, even up to 100 or 200, you can see one inbox in one place. It's super efficiency, and it's bring to you more like time to check everything and to handle everything. Or you can set up everything regarding to your team role, and you can allow some of your team member see and check just one LinkedIn profile inbox, for example, and for another one more superior position, you can allow to check like all LinkedIn profiles you run with Periodix. So I've shared with Periodix information about client for what I run this campaign, and what Periodix literally done for me. And next, I'll share with you how you can set up everything like regarding to your company case. So Periodix created a chain of messages and started send this chain. First was request message, it was accepted. Next was several message from the prepared chain, and I got first answer from lead. And on this line, like almost all existing tools stop working, and you should involve some manual help from your SDR manager or your BDR team or your sales team. It's totally up to your organization. But not in case of Periodix. What Periodix can do instead of you, or in a copilot mode. I prefer run autopilot mode, and right now you see like results of autopilot mode. So what Periodix done for me? First, Periodix checks this message and categorize this message. So Periodix categorize all inbox messages. Next, Periodix handles this message. It was objection, and Periodix handles this objection pretty nice, honestly, and it was pretty fast. Next, Periodix started to check if this lead answers something new. If not, like in my case, Periodix create custom follow-up and send this follow-up. This follow-up was created regarding to previous history inside this chat, regarding to information I shared with Periodix about this client, and also regarding to how I set up on a setup and stage prompt. Periodix create custom follow-up and send on autopilot first follow-up, second follow-up, and I got next message from lead. On this time, Periodix categorize this message like interested, and also handle this message on autopilot. So I attach Calendly link to the sequence, and for each particular sequence, you can use different Calendly link. If you prefer to Periodix book appointment instead of you, we have API integration and we use Calendly link. If you prefer to handle all next process after you share your some like tidy call link or other booking call link, you will handle whole process manually. We prefer handle whole process on Autopilot. That's why we use Calendly, and we have API integration with Calendly. So after Periodix share this Calendly link with lead, it started to check if this lead book appointment using this link. If not, Periodix create a custom follow-up and send this follow-up on Autopilot. And Periodix can create and send a line of follow-ups until lead book appointment. When Periodix catch the moment that lead book appointment, Periodix even creates several notification, and the number of notification depends on is this appointment like in a few days or in a few months. So Periodix create chain of notifications and send this notification instead of you to be sure that lead appear on this meeting to decrease no-show rate. So literally, when you run campaign on Autopilot, you did nothing to get sales calls in your like calendar. What you have also to control everything, to prepare everything, and to get more results. We have like call management section, and here you can see all calls that Periodix scheduled for you. You can prepare for this call, or your sales manager can prepare for this call, and pushing this button, you go like directly to this chat, and you can see what was the communication, what was I don't know, questions, objections, and so on. And you can prepare for this meeting. Also, when you like made this meeting, you can change like that meeting was made. So let's or answer for some questions, or we can show how you can set up everything in your case. What will be better?
Yeah, I think if we go over some questions, I have one particular one about. So I think it's great that you see that it was an objection first, and then it changed to interested.
Yeah, and it's super common. It's super common case, or even we have like more than 10% when we started from not interested and converted to sales calls.
Perfect. And the Calendly integration. So when they book, then you're getting reminders in these messages as well to say, okay,
Yeah, and
thanks for booking the call. I really like that integration. And did you mention that you will be creating a tidy cow integration as well?
Well, currently we're researching more integrations because Periodix, when we integrated with Calendly, we go like beyond just sending a link. Periodix checks if the lead has scheduled a call. So we're pretty much integrated there. So we're researching if we can do it with tidy call. But basically, you can start even like with any of your own Calendly, of any of your own calendar booking link, or with a tidy call. This way, Periodix, you can just edit the prompt and just say, instead of Calendly, use this link to book a call. Or some of our users, they just, instead of booking a call, for interested answers, they start asking for a phone number, because their sales process is more like to calls. So this way, they adjust their process of working with interested answers, even on Autopilot. They adjust it to their own way.
Yeah, and then the other question was, you mentioned that it was quite a fast response. Are you able to set it up so that it doesn't immediately send a response, because that comes across like,
yes,
AI's created it? Can you put a time delay on to say, okay, after somebody's replied, give 10 to 15 minutes and then send that message?
Yeah, it's a great question, but it's like firstly, it will send an answer not faster than 2 minutes usually, but it can send like from 2 minutes and longer. But like our goal, to be honest, was to make it fast, because think about it. You just received an outreach messages, and you receive a lot of them, and you decided to answer. And if you're interested, and you say, okay, I'm interested, and then you reply, and then you just go to do a task, go to do your calls, go to do a webinar. And if the answer gets like later, when will you go to LinkedIn? Like a lot later. But if you answer, hey, I'm interested, and then in 2 minutes, while you're still on LinkedIn, while you're still thinking about the offer you just received, you receive a Calendly link, or like another link to book a call, you just do it because you received a call, that link when their offer was on top of your mind. And same for the objections. Like based on our experience as a lead generation agency, we see that fast communication brings the results.
Yeah, faster responses. So that's a good lesson for anybody that's in like a sales position. Is
yes,
the
definitely.
quicker the response, the more likely the conversion for that booked meeting, if that's your primary goal. So do you have it in the platform where you say, okay, well, this is my objective of this message. I really want to book calls, or can you set up other objectives to say, oh, I want
Yeah.
them to visit something?
I'll share with you how you can set up, for example, handle an objection. And you will see that it's super flexible and you can set up everything aligns to your needs.
Perfect. I think that's great. Don't think we have any immediate questions because we're going to cover the price plans in a minute. But yeah, so back over to you, Olga. Thanks for answering my questions.
So, yeah, super. So let's continue. So from what you should start set up in everything inside Periodix, you should go to AI client section and push this button, add client. And let's start some experiment. We share with Periodix information about AppSumo, and we'll see how Periodix will handle communication instead of your BDR or SDR manager if you have these managers. So we just grab some super general information from AppSumo website, put this information in this page. We shared about your core services. We shared about like a small pitch. We share some like results and clients, some benefits, and so on. So it's some general information, but even with this general information, Periodix will handle super nice outreach and setting appointment campaign. So we are creating a new client, we created it, and we are going to create sequence section to explain like our solution. For one LinkedIn profile, you can add one AI client to avoid misunderstanding and inside your user communication and setting appointment and lead generation. But when you run campaigns through different LinkedIn profile, for sure you can create as many AI client as you need. And for one AI client, you can create as many sequence as you need for each your even tiny direction or to test your even tiny hypothesis. So right now we are creating sequence for AppSumo. Here you can see already grab contact, and we inside AppSumo we support two flow of grabbing contacts and prospect list building. First, it's like research via LinkedIn, and second, research via Sales Navigator. We have extension for both of this flow, so you just need to set up search that suit your validation criteria, ICP criteria that match your expectation of your target audience, and and with our extension, you grab all contacts and can run this sequence. So you push this button, choosing for what client you're creating this sequence right now for AppSumo. Okay. Here it's notification that we didn't link your profile, but it's okay for demo. So we continue our demo. Right now, Periodix create a sequence of message instead of a content writer, or instead of some copilot. So Periodix check all information we shared with Periodix and create first chain of messages. First connection request, as you can see. Next, first message from the first chain.
Yeah, so and the first message comes whenever the connection request gets accepted.
Yeah, thanks. Like second message, third message. For sure, you can change these messages. You can add some custom edits. You can change variables. You can change delays. You can change amount of message. So you can create first sequence and in a way that totally appropriate for you. And when you totally satisfy with this first sequence, you are going to set up an AI response and AI follow-up algorithms and flow. So as you can see, we have different category, and for each category, you can set up different flow of AI response and AI follow-ups. It's super efficiency, and it brings really results for you because you're in 100 times more efficient compared to if you run some heavy prompt, one prompt for all different category, for all different flow. But like Periodix allows you to be super flexible. So when we talk about interested, we prefer handle interested shared Calendly link to give opportunity Periodix book appointment, check the moment when this appointment was booked, create notification and send this notification. If you agree with this flow, okay. And here you can see chat example, how we create this chat example. Let's imagine that we started to send this chain of messages we created on previous stage, and we got first answer. This answer we just grabbed from our database, and we've been gathering this database since 2008, and we teach a network on this database as well, and we just grab some answer and share response that Periodix create right now for you to give you opportunity to check approach, how Periodix will work in your case. If you totally agree with this approach, okay. If you want to add some adjustments, some edits, please go ahead. You can see all prompts that we set up by default. And also you can add your prompt and check if everything aligns to your vision of how you should handle interested leads, for example. When you totally satisfy with this category, you are going to objection section. If you turn on this functionality, Periodix will handle objection instead of you. So let's imagine we start to send messages and got first message, and in this time it is objection. So here you can see how Periodix will handle this objection in your unique case. Each time when Periodix create any message, a response, a follow-up, it check previous communication history, it check information about this client right now, about AppSumo that we shared on previous stage, and it check this prompt. So if you agree with approach how Periodix handles this objection, okay. If you want to change anything, you can change prompt. One more thing, and one more even powerful thing that I want to share with you. It's pretty common situation when we handle some objection, lead keep silent. After this, we start follow up this lead, and we started follow up this lead, and hope lead to share next objection, or even 2 or 3 of them. If you prefer Periodix handle this objection instead of you, you can choose how many auto response round on objection you prefer to Periodix do instead of you. You can choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's totally up to you. You can add as many as you want. Let's say 3, for example. So in this case, Periodix handle first objection, second objection, and third objection. As you can see, all handle objection super custom, related to what lead share with us. And if you totally agree with approach, you can go and set up a next section. If you want to change something, you can change prompts. You are going to not interested. We noticed that our SDR managers didn't manage such type of answers pretty often, but when we run Autopilot on such category, we increase results, and we increase results even in sales calls in up to 10%. So let's imagine that some of your prospect answer something similar to "I'm not interested." If Periodix on Autopilot will ask why in polite way without any like pushy tone, super often lead will share some objection, and it helps you to switch the category from lead from not interested to objection, from objection to interested, from interested to call. And this Autopilot helps you to won't miss any opportunity. If lead says something similar to "I'm not responsible," "I'm not in charge," or "please talk with another person," Periodix will ask nice intro, and in this case your SDR team will have nice intro and continue communication with the right person. And even for some natural answer, it's super common when you send a request, this request accepted, and the prospect says something, "Oh, glad to connect, nice to meet you," something like this. Super often SDR managers that just continue send sequence without any polite answer on this message. We prefer to handle this message in polite way and continue send the chain of messages we prepared on first stage. So when you totally satisfy with AI response flow for each category, you can go and set up AI follow-up for each category as well. So when we talk about interested, let's imagine that we send chain of messages. Let's imagine we got any interested answer. Periodix handles this interested answer, but lead didn't book appointment. So how many follow-ups you want to Periodix do instead of you? Let's say at least 3 or even more, and you are choosing the amount of follow-ups. You can choose a delay for each follow-up for sure. You can add more follow-ups, and here you can see chat example with when Periodix create each follow-up customly regarding to previous communication history that we created inside this chat example. And if you want to change, I don't know, tone of voice or something like this, you can edit prompts for each particular category. For objection as well, you can create different flow follow-up for objection section. When we handle some objection but lead didn't respond, how many follow-up you want to Periodix create on Autopilot. You can set up for not interested, for unqualified. So you're totally free to set up super flexible different flow for different category to get more results. So additionally, you have when you set up sequence, you start sequence, and here you have also one section that helps you to run campaign more efficiency, because we are more focusing on those parts of flow that brings results, real results to salespersons. That's why we create this dashboard. If you run campaign, like in my case on Autopilot, you can track KPI on Autopilot. So how many objections was handled, how many follow-ups was sent, how many call books, and so on. But if you leave even some part of tiny flow, even for one particular sequence to manual handling, you will have task management and like part of CRM functionality here. And in this case, if you prefer run something on Copilot mode, Periodix will notify and give tasks for you that 5 interested waiting for your answer, or you missed to send 5 like 7 response to objection, or this follow-ups waiting for your sending, something like this. It really helps even in Copilot mode to track and to run all chats without any misleads. And also, if you run campaign and you want to run campaign in some Copilot mode, you can go to this communication thread and push this button, generate with AI. In this case, Periodix check all previous communication and create message, custom message that suggests to you. If you want, you can then change anything you want and send this message, or you can schedule sending and even create some line of messages or line of custom follow-up if you need. And in this case, Periodix sends this follow-up instead of you, but this follow-up each time will be custom and related to this previous communication chat history.
I have a question that's
Sure.
come up from Martin, and I think it's very relevant to the demonstration right now. Is the information from the respective LinkedIn profiles also analyzed to create more personal messages?
Not so far, not so far. Right now, Periodix personalized messages regarding to communication thread and chat history, and regarding to information about AI client that we shared. So as much specific information you will share with Periodix, as much personal chain or response Periodix will create. But we are working to make all communication even more hyper personalized. And when we add this functionality, we noticed that like this available right now, and in what subscription is this functionality available.
Perfect. Great. Loving this demonstration. Back to you.
Yeah, but honestly, it's like everything that I would like to share with you. So probably we should answer for some question if your audience have some question regarding to this demo, because when I provide such demo, like face-to-face demo, there are a lot of questions about some details, about some approach, and it make more sense to answer some question right now.
Great. Perfect. So when you go to, if you share your screen, just as well, please.
Sure.
Then, and you go to the AI client.
Yeah.
There was an ability to edit the prompt.
No, here you're adding information about this client, and this is like internal knowledge base from where Periodix take all information to handle a response, to handle follow-up. So you should share specific, not specific, but general and specific information to be sure that that Periodix can communicate instead of you. So
Yeah.
here it's like knowledge base about this AI client. But when you create sequence, you can edit prompts on any tiny part of flow for each category, for each. Let's go next. So here you can edit prompts regarding to how Periodix can handle a response for leads who was categorized like interested. Here you can change prompts for objection handling. Here you can change prompts for not interested, regarding to AI response, for unqualified, for natural. As you can see, in on each category, AI response and AI follow-up section, you can change prompts.
And when you mean edit prompts, what can you add in there? So could you put,
Yeah, you can add, for example, you can add any prompts regarding tone of voice, about please take and add these links when you handle such type of objections, or you can run campaign on some local language, and you can add this inside prompts. So avoid this words, or tell this on these answers. So you are super you have a lot of opportunities to change prompts.
yeah, lots of customization. I like that. There's another question from Ken. Can we send and receive webhooks? If so, what's currently possible in terms of data out? What can send in?
No, right now we are working in these flows that I shared in this demo.
Perfect. What kind of integrations have you got that? Well, yeah, what new integrations are you working on?
Yeah, we have sales navigator integration, Calendly integration, and this integration helps us to or provide data research via sales navigator, or keep tracking when lead book appointment inside Calendly system, and create the system of notification before this call will be.
Perfect. And from your experience and Artem's experience, how many follow-ups should we do? I know you've got the recommended 3 there.
At
Do you
least
recommend 3
3.
follow-ups?
Yeah. Better to send even 5 follow-ups. But the main point that for different category you should run different follow-up campaign. For sure, we won't suggest to send 5 or 3 even follow-ups on not interested leads. Yeah, for sure. But if lead was interested, please send at least 3 or 5 follow-ups until lead return to this thread, or revise all previous communication and find time to book appointment. For objection as well, not less than 3 follow-up we suggest to you to send.
Perfect.
Yeah, and basically what we have suggested for you in the sequence already. Building the product, we have a vision like to make simple things where we can, and to use our own experience as a lead generation agency, and like our own experience of sales. Olga has more than 10 years of experience in sales. I've worked in sales a lot also. So for example, for the follow-ups, we already tried to give you in the box the best solutions. So we'll find that you might have, like, for example, only one follow-up for not interested, not to be pushy, but you can adjust it up to your way. You can make more. And for other answers category, you have another amount of follow-ups. So this way, for the beginners, you can already start from this. And also, as you saw, when Olga created a sequence, it already suggested messages based on your AI client. So this way, you can just start your sequence in just 1 minute. You don't have to write messages. You don't have to think like, oh, how should it send follow-ups? How should it handle objections? So basically, we already pre-entered all the things, and you can customize it. But you can start with what we have there.
Yeah, I think that's great, is that you can see, okay, this is what kind of message or what kind of reply you're going to get.
And also, like, right now we're only suggesting this answer, so you can't edit them. So for interested, it's just like, hello, I'm interested. Or for example, for the objection, for the first round of the objection, Periodix shows only Periodix always shows we do it in-house. But currently what we're working on is we're working on letting our users add your own objections, because you know your business well, and you know that a lot of times I don't know, they your prospect might have some specific objection. So you will be able to enter that objection and to see how Periodix handles them based on your prompts and based on your AI client info. So you can edit anything to make it look better.
Perfect. And then the example messages you get, if you you didn't like the tone of that message, then you could change the tone after, and then would it repopulate the example message again?
Yes. So currently, when you edit the prompt, you edit the prompts. Right now, it already will change the example of what Periodix answers. This is also our goal, to make it a little sandbox for you. For you can edit it to see how it might answer if you change prompts, if the lead answers like this specific question. This is it.
Perfect. Got some questions from the audience. Which AI model or models are currently in use, and what about future models?
Yeah, sure. So currently we're using ChatGPT 4.0. So we're using the most advanced model. And for future, we're considering different opportunities. But we're always testing everything that is on the market, and we'll definitely move to the best solution, because we understand that how smart AI and how it is adjustable for the sales cases. It's our very important thing for us.
Perfect.
Yeah, and also we already have a huge database like of sales communication since 2018 that we've been like gathering, and we like can teach, and internally we try not try but already teach some other network to catch this communication.
Yeah. I think what I've learned is, you're the experts in lead generation, and you built a tool, and you're using your experience to make this a better solution. And so Ken has a question about adding your own API keys, um, and how does that work in terms of credits on your account to the AppSumo credits you buy with the deal?
Yeah. So basically, your AI credits are renewed every month, and currently we don't offer this functionality of bringing your own API keys, but we're currently developing new functionality to be able to buy some more this AI credits in the case you need more.
Yeah, perfect. So, just for like transparency, how old is the company, and what is your main objective for being on AppSumo?
Yeah, great. So Periodix started at 2018, and we had already a couple of pilots, and for the last couple of years we were having our own lead generation agency, and we decided to build our own solution that will automate the outreach from the connect request to a call. And our plan is to continue developing the product. We gathered a lot of feedback, and we are appreciate for all AppSumo links for all the feedback we receive. We appreciate your support. It is deep in our heart. Thank you. We're so happy to be on AppSumo, and I'm also grateful to the AppSumo team. So top professionals. We enjoy working with you guys. Thank you. Yeah. So
Awesome. So that there's another question here. This is a good
yeah,
one.
sure.
Where can I see my scheduled calls?
Yeah, Olga,
Yeah,
can
yeah,
you
yeah,
please show
yeah,
it?
yeah, sure, sure,
Please.
sure. I go to the
Yeah,
section.
while Olga is showing, so yeah, so our goal is to continue developing the product, and we want to focus more on this AI features, AI functionality, to move forward as more as an AI sales development representative.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you for sharing that.
So we have a separate section for this to control and check everything related to call management. So you when Periodix booked appointment, you see all information regarding to this appointment on this call management section, and you can go and check all previous communication to prepare to this call.
And then when in the analytics, you'll see, okay, this is how many calls were booked in this campaign. Regarding like analytics, how with the dashboard, what's going to improve in the dashboard, or what
Yeah.
what
Currently,
kind of
so
analytics do we need to what are the KPIs for lead generation in
yeah,
general?
sure. So our main goal is scheduling call. Yeah, please, Olga, feel free to continue.
Yeah, but I want to mention that for sure we have all standard stats like how many requests you send, how many was accepted, how many reply you get. For sure, inside Periodix you can find this stats. But we noticed that such type of stats like how many leads right now on objection stage or on follow-up stage or interested right now allows you to ability filter them and track just on this, more focusing on this or more focusing on this. That's why we launch this dashboard, and that's why we add this task functionality to this dashboard to help your SDR manager not miss any opportunity and track these stats not just on outreach stage, but more on like this whole sales stage, outreach, communication management, setting appointment, and so on.
Yeah, perfect. I like that. There's a question about banning and your account
Nice question.
being warned. What
Yes,
security do you have around that? I know on the onboarding you do
yeah.
something with proxies, but
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Yeah, we totally understand this question, and it usually comes from like a more experienced user. But running a lead generation agency, we tested all the tools out there, and we have a lot of experience on LinkedIn, and the security was one of our top priorities. So I can share like a little bit about the process. So with Periodix, when you create an account, we create a virtual instance for you. This is why we ask for your country, because then Periodix will also log into the profile from that country on a separate web browser, and it will mimic the human behavior. So for LinkedIn, it looks like just a person using the website. This is why it's like impossible to track that there is any automation. Another thing what we do is we have between the pauses, between every action, we have random pauses. So like a real human, and every action that is done, it mimics the human behavior. And another thing is proxies. So we're using residential proxies, and we check every proxy for its fraud score to be sure that this clean a real good proxy.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, and each proxy are related to each user location. And one more thing that I would like to share, it's like some life hack that we internally developed inside our product. So Periodix check all warnings internally, and when Periodix see that on this profile show any warnings about that you like aim some weekly limit regarding to request message, Periodix automatically switch to next mode and start sending empty request. This helps you to even overpass some limits from LinkedIn in safety way.
Yeah, and then I have another life hack I wanted to share about the security. Is very important because I don't see much of like of it on the internet. So when you're using any automation, just make sure not to log in at the same time where your automation is working. This is why in Periodix we have schedule, so we can set up that automation will work from 10 a.m. like to 3 p.m. for example. And at this time when automation is working, try to avoid logging into this account, because LinkedIn will see that that your one profile is used from 2 different IP locations, and this might like trigger somewhat fit security algorithms. So just make sure to like have your own schedule, and automation has to have it own.
Just to reduce the suspiciousness.
Yes. And start with slow numbers. Don't start with 100 connection requests per day. Start with slowly, and increase it gradually. So try to keep it under the radar. Try to keep it slowly, and everything will work very good.
Is that something that Periodix does to like warm up the campaign?
Yeah. You can do it. You can set up the limits on your profile settings. So if you have like an old profile with a lot of connection requests, you can start with 4. If you're like new to LinkedIn, you can start with like fewer connection requests per day.
Great. So what excites you about Periodix and the next couple of months? What's getting you excited about it? You know, after your AppSumo campaigns for a little bit now, but when it ends, what is like the big vision, and what's exciting you about building Periodix?
Yeah. So from the user's point of view, the product might look like a full product, because it already starts. It does the outreach functionality, it has AI response functionality, and it schedules calls for you, and you can manage the calls also. But we see it more deeply. So we see it more like an AI SDR. So we want to customize the messages for customize the messages more, because currently the sequence when it is sent, you're using the messages that you created. But we want also to adjust every message to every user profile, to customize your pitch, to customize your offer to every LinkedIn connect. And we're also thinking about improving, going deeper about follow-ups, adding more AI there to make more decisions, and so more moving it to a separate AI SDR that can work for you.
Yeah, more customization as well.
Yes,
I like that. We have a good question/concern. We have team members that split their time between locations, Malta and Spain. Would they have to turn Periodix off when they travel away?
Sure. A great question. So it depends on your style. So if you want to for your team member to go on vacation, you can just leave it with Autopilot and ask the person not to log in from the vacation location, and it will be okay. You can just keep it as it is. But if you want to go to another country and you want to log into LinkedIn also from there, just make sure to go to your profile on Periodix and just to change the location. Periodix will then automatically search for the proxy with a low fraud score for this location, and when it will check that proxy is good, Periodix will also log in from the same location.
Right. So the proxy is a great thing for like location. So if I move to the US, then I'd need to change it on the Periodix account to US.
Yeah. So just think about it. Think of Periodix as just like about your assistant, and because it acts like a real human, so it will be suspicious if you have a location UK, if you log in from UK, and it will log in from USA. So
Perfect.
just make sure to log in from the same location.
Great. What new features are coming down the road that you want to talk about, or that's on the roadmap?
Yeah, sure. So one of the things I've just mentioned is currently we're playing with adjusting on how it can make more customized messages of the sequence, because it already uses a customized messages for AI response and AI follow-ups. When we also want to customize that part. Another thing we're currently working on is that more stats. We want to add graphics to stats to make it more easier for you to understand how your campaign is performing. And another thing we're working on is custom variables and import with CSV.
Cool. I think it would be worthwhile. Let's look at the AppSumo deal. And could you just explain what they get in all plans?
Yeah, sure. So in all plans, you receive that outreach functionality. It's also, you can create unlimited number of sequences. You can Periodix doesn't limit you for any number of connection requests or messages you will send, and you can add as many team members to Periodix as you want. What else? And also AI functionality. So then when we're talking about AI functionalities, also it is the place that is the thing that is different from tier to tier. So in tier 1, you have 250 AI credits and 4 cloud hours per day. So cloud hours, it is the time when your AI, this SDR, is logged in and performs the work. And for the tier 1, 4 hours and 250 connects should be enough, because tier 1 is for someone who is just trying out LinkedIn for just to see how it works. And in the case you are more experienced, you can go with tier 2 because it has 6 cloud hours per day. During that cloud hours, Periodix sends connection requests, sends sequence messages, handles objections, sends follow-ups. It is just think about it as the time when it works. And the tier 2 has more AI credits also. And another different part about tier 1 and tier 2 is import of contacts, because on users of tier 1, they usually are beginners and they might not have a LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So LinkedIn search for grab contacts, import contacts from LinkedIn Sales Navigator search is something that becomes available on tier 2. On tier 1, you can just go to regular LinkedIn search to import contacts from there, or to person's profile to import contacts from there. Go into tier 3. It is like it's more like 3 profiles of for tier 2. It has more cloud hours and AI credits per month. And with this, in tier 2, you start with 3 LinkedIn profiles, because in tier 1 and tier 2, it is only 1 LinkedIn profile. And another plus of 3 profiles is that you can add all these 3 profiles to one sequence, and they will auto-rotate. So your first profile will send all the connection requests it has to send for a day for the same sequence. The second profile. So this way, you might have a lot of profiles in one sequence.
Perfect. And there was a question earlier on from Martin about tier 2, exactly the search with Sales Navigator. Do I need my own paid Sales Navigator account for this?
Yeah. So the search with Sales Navigator means that you can grab the contacts, you can import the contacts from the Sales Navigator page. from the Sales Navigator search page. But to access this page, you will need that subscription.
Okay, perfect. And that's great. Let's see if
Yeah,
there's
but
any.
without this subscription, you can grab contacts from a regular LinkedIn search.
Yeah.
And Artem, could you please tell a little bit more how we charge AI credits? What case we use to charge AI credits?
Yeah. So sending sequences are free. So we don't charge any AI credits to send the sequence, to send connection requests, and to send messages. It might take some AI credits at the beginning when you create that sequence to like come up with connection request message and the messages of the sequence. And then also some AI credits, usually it's from 1 to 3 or to 4, may take every AI response and AI follow-up. The more you have in your AI client info, the more information you have about your company, the more AI credits will be used.
Okay, perfect. And then Martin has another question. Can I also use my existing /inactive contacts on LinkedIn?
If you mean
First-degree connection.
The first-degree connection, if you mean those connections that are already connected to you, yes, you can start a sequence that will start from the message one, not from a connection request. So this way you can adjust, you can do your new outreach, and you can send follow-up campaigns to those who are already connected with you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for taking the time to do a demo and answer some questions. It's been really fun, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thanks for everybody who listened as well and provided questions. And if you have future questions, please just submit them on YouTube and we'll get them covered as well. Do you have any final words for the solo entrepreneurs that are just starting their sales journey, and then those that are lead generation agencies are experts already, so like from the full spectrum?
Yeah, sure. I would suggest just to move forward and like to not expect the fast results. While with Periodix, some of our users were able to generate calls the first week, but like usually it might take some time for you to understand your target audience, to test what sales offer you have to showcase in your messages. But whenever you will find your right approach with your right target audience, you will see that it works very well.
Perfect. That's great. Do you have anything else to add, Olga?
Yeah, I just would like to mention that persistent, it's a K for sales, and our AI SDR allows you to be super persistent, like without
Automatically, yeah.
Yeah, without any your efforts. Yeah.
Perfect. No, thank you so much for being on AppSumo, and just thanks for coming to this demo. And that's it. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you all next week. And Martin said, great session. So,
thanks, Martin.
perfect.
Thanks everyone. Thanks everyone who joined. Thanks for having us. Thanks AppSumo. Thanks Chris. Thanks all.
Bye.